recording.
Awesome. Good evening, you guys. My name is Keshia Todhunter. I am a diamond from Marysville, Ohio. A lot of you probably don't know where that is. It's a small town outside of Marysville, about half an hour. A little bit about myself. I have been with It Works almost 2 years. It'll be 2 years at the end of June, and that's like so crazy. Every time I say that, it's like, wow. Like real. So this business has completely changed my life. I have made some amazing friendships. It's a family business. My husband is in it with me, and my daughter, every time I wrap, feels like she needs to put fab wrap on. I put defining gel on today, and she kept rubbing her belly, so put some lotion on. She felt pretty important. So I am literally just so blessed that I even have the opportunity to be able to be on this Zoom with you guys. I don't think you understand how much it really means to me. And I love it that Katie trusts me enough to be able to teach you guys how to hustle and make your paychecks just absolutely insane. I do have 3 awesome ladies on here with me, and I'm gonna pick their brains, give you guys whatever we can get out of them to help you guys. So take lots of notes, pay attention, because these things are going to make your business explode. I posted that I have an announcement, but I'm not going to tell you guys until after, because I want everyone to stay on, pay attention to what's going on, and you guys are not going to want to miss this at the end. It literally blew my mind. Katie and I walked back and forth about it for a long time. I was like, just tell me. So she finally told me, and I'm so excited to be able to share it with you guys. And then I'm just going to get started. We're going to get started with Maggie Cottrill. Maggie is on my team. She actually was not someone that I personally enrolled. She was gifted to me by God, is what we always say. She's truly just so amazing. And you guys, if you have the opportunity to get to know her personally, do it. Like, follow her on Facebook, add her, whatever it is. She's truly amazing. So, Mags, are you on here?
I am. Hey.
All right, Maggie. So you are just like an absolute rock star. Like, literally every single day I check my back office and it's like, Maggie enrolled a new loyal customer. And I'm like, seriously, this girl, like, who is she? So I know you have some mad tips that you're going to share with everyone, and I have a couple questions for you. But before we get started, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Absolutely. First off, thanks for having me on here. You're going to make me cry before I even say anything. I'm like, get the tissues out. But as Keshia said, I am Maggie Cottrill. I'm originally from Chillicothe, Ohio. It's about an hour south of Columbus. Almost 2 years ago, my husband and I picked up and moved to New Bern, North Carolina, because he got a job offering down here. No, he's not in the military. We get that a lot, though. And it has been a blessing in so many ways. We love it down here. We now have a little boy that welcome into the world, and I am now with It Works. And like Keshia said, she didn't enroll me directly. Another friend of mine from Ohio did. And I was 7 months pregnant at the time, and I had never tried an It Works product when I became a distributor. And I feel like a lot of people, when I talk to them, I want to see if I like the products first. Well, I was just really trusting in my friend that was telling me about them. So I did a little bit of research myself and found out a little bit what It Works was about. And I instantly fell in love. So I'm like, what do I have to lose? I have nothing to lose. If this could help me stay home longer with my baby after he was born, I was all for it. And now here I am. I'm almost just turned the end of March, 6 months into the business, and I know I was like, so, and I am so blessed. I still work a couple days a week, if that, 1 or 2. It's a pet boutique and bakery. It's not really like hard labor job. I feel like I still like to do it just to get out a little bit right now, but I'm at the point already in my business that I don't have to really be working anymore. I like to get out a little bit right now. A little. We don't have anyone.
Hey, Maggie, unmute yourself real quick.
Sorry. Can
That's
you hear
okay.
me? Okay.
Yeah.
So I can still get out a little bit, and I mostly go to see the dog. Honestly, Carter would love our store, Katie. But I can already. I'm getting to the point now where he's getting a little bit more active and a little bit more older. I'm ready to take the leap and stay home full time with him because I don't want to miss all of his first. So I am so thankful for this business. I'm so thankful to have Keshia as my upline. It's just an amazing team, an amazing journey to be on. So I am so thankful for everything about this. So that's my story.
Yeah. Okay, so Maggie she just promoted to executive last month, and this girl is nonstop. Literally, every month we've been all right, next month Ruby, the month after that's Emerald, and then we're going Diamond. We just every single month is we have new goals and we just keep pushing each other. So I am so excited for Maggie to share some things with you guys. So Maggie, my first thing to you is you are so huge on follow-up. And I know that I'm huge with follow-up, and I literally, it almost seems like I'm preaching it to my team every single day. But Maggie has taken it a step further, and she follows up a lot more than what I tell everyone to do, which is follow up Friday. And then she also sends a unique kind of message. So can you tell us a little bit about your follow-up game?
Absolutely. Like Keshia said, I always follow up on Fridays, but I follow up honestly 3 or 4 times in a week. I know a lot of people think when I enroll new distributors and I tell them this is what I do, they're like, wow, that sounds really pushy. I don't want to push them away. I'm like, well, I did sign 10 loyal customers last month and have this many potential doing this, but it's their own business. You can do what you want. But if I talk to someone, for instance, I talked to 4 new people yesterday about products. I even if all of them, I still into today was talking to them, having conversation with them, even if our conversation ended last night. I followed up with them today, hey, summer's right around the corner. I know you want to lose 10 pounds. Just let me get you started today on this, and you're going to be so happy that you got started today, because why wait? What is there to wait for? So these people, if they have not become a low customer, some, depending on how I feel, I'll follow up the next day. But I like to honestly follow up every 2 days with people. And I just follow up is key to me. That's the only way people are going to continue to know that you're thinking of them, even if you pop in and just not about the product, just something that they might have posted. Maybe you saw their kid's sick. Hey, Keshia, I saw Reese was sick. How is she doing? Is she feeling any better? Just so that they know you're thinking of them, you're being genuine to them, you're building that friendship, and they're going to be like, oh, by the way, I'm still thinking about the products. I'm just trying to figure out what I want, or whatever the case may be. So follow-up is definitely key, and I don't always talk about the business to them or the products. It's just everyday life things as well.
I seriously just love your follow-up game. It's almost at least twice a week. She's like, hey, can I post something in our team page? And it's always a conversation where she followed up, and she's like, seriously, guys, follow up. I love it so much because following up's my jam. Whenever someone's like, how do you do it? I'm like, I follow up all the time. Literally. So my next question to you is, you are a very active poster. You post all the time on Instagram, Facebook. What kind of posts are the most productive to you? So what do you get the most reaction from? and what kind of posts do you sign the most loyal customers from?
I would say the most productive ones are definitely when solving something about myself. Whether, for example, I got an email today from Mark and Cindy congratulating me on my promotion to executive. So I took that and used one of the apps and put it onto a quote that I really liked. And just saying, like, I love getting emails like this in my inbox. This is what I look forward to, just something simple like that. I'm getting so many likes on that. People are seeing that things are happening in my business. Same with the products. I'm a greens fanatic, as everyone will know. And those constantly getting likes. And then some people that don't even like my post. I've had people that's never liked a post, never commented on posts in my inbox. Okay, tell me about these greens, Maggie. You're always posting about the greens. What do the greens do? So those are the posts that I get the most from. But honestly, a lot too lately, I've been posting like, okay, if you're looking to lose so many pounds or cellulite or whatever it is for our products. I have a lot of people and their numbers, so people pick a number. Those have been working really well for me too lately. I think it's fun for people because they get to, it's kind of like a little game. They're not just reading, they get to comment and do what they want to. And then same with that, people that don't even comment on it or message me about it or like it are in my, like, okay, this is what I need. Like, what do I need to do? So those are my favorite 2 posts.
Yeah, definitely. Like, you are so consistent with those greens posts. And
yes.
I mean, that's seriously what it takes, guys. Like, I know a lot of people are like, well, you just have people come to you all the time that want to order stuff. Like, it happens, yes, but I guarantee you every person that Maggie signs does not just flock to her and they're like, sign me up as a loyal customer. I can't wait to try those greens that you post about all the time. It's consistency, following up, and she has it down. Like, everyone has off months. It's not going to be like because you post every day about the greens that you're going to post or you're going to sign that many loyal customers every month. We go through planting seeds and harvesting, and that's exactly what you're doing when you're being consistent. I also noticed Maggie is not just like a fat fighters order kind of girl. Her orders that go in are pretty large BV amounts. So how are you doing that? Are you like, you start with one product and build on it, or just give us the details on that?
I normally, most always the time, unless someone, nope, I can even say that. I always, no matter what people are looking for, always recommend the greens. I feel like if someone's looking for clear skin, well, the greens are still going to help with that. Weight loss, definitely the greens. So that's just kind of like, that's my first thing I say. I think you should start off with the greens, but this is something else that's going to work with it. So I try to pair things. If someone's really serious about getting to a certain goal, they're going to want what works the absolute best. So, and it's just, I have a lot of times people will make an order and then I'll make another post, or they'll see someone else comment on something. We're like, oh, well, that looks really good too. Maybe I want to try that. So then it's just like I said before, the posting and saying, the follow-ups and everything. When you still continue to post, they're still seeing that, people on your Facebook. So even if it was something about, it was, let's see, she had ordered wraps, and then I made a post. It was when we were doing the BOGO energy, and it was before I even got to my loyal customers to offer them the BOGO going on. She saw my post. She's like, well, I've never really liked energy drinks, but these sound good. Let me go ahead and do it. I'm like, okay, like, that was nice. I'll definitely get that in there for you. So yeah, it's just a matter of whatever they're looking for, just always offer more. Like if someone wants to lose weight, well, we have ThermoFit, but there's so many other products too that they can go with. I just always try to add things on. So, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't, but normally as long as you're saying like, this is going to be like, I love this. So they're going to be like, okay, well, if you love it, I think I'm going to love it too.
Awesome. I love that. One of my like favorite things ever is asking a budget, and that can also help you like build those orders. So if someone's telling me they want to lose weight, my first thing is always greens, but then I'm like, you know what, what's your budget? Because I feel like we can get more bang for your buck if you just let me know what your budget is. And then you know what to work with from there. Like, you know, if they can afford this system, which obviously is going to give them amazing results, or if you can add ThermoFit or Fat Fighters or whatever it is, you know that you can add on to that instead of being like, oh, let's do the greens. Oh, also you should do the cleanse, Fat Fighters, and ThermoFit. And then they ask how much it is, and you tell them, and then you could just lose that person altogether. So definitely, I love that you're like starting with the greens no matter what, and then building from there. That's amazing. I'm probably going to use that. And then also asking a budget, because
Yep, I do that too.
That's awesome. Maggie, what is your one piece of advice that you would tell everyone right now? Like, that's just going to boost their paycheck and it's going to make their business go crazy.
It's probably going to sound like a no-brainer for just about everyone, but I'm going to preach it a million times over again because it's truly what has built my business. Stay consistent. I know that sounds super simple and super easy, but sometimes that's all it takes. If you're not posting every day, people aren't going to see what you're not posting. If you're not getting out and talking to people about the business, those people are not going to hear what you have to say. It's as simple as every time we go out to eat, it's as simple as if you get one blitz in a day, whether you're getting your coffee, whether you're getting something from the grocery store, you're going out to eat with your loved one or your parents or whatever it is, blitz your server, blitz the person you're checking you out at the grocery store, someone who made your coffee, whatever it is. If that's the one time you get out of the day, go do that. Just stay consistent. That's seriously my one thing. I try to post multiple times a day on Facebook, and I'm staying consistent with it. And I feel like that's seriously what has built my entire business, because I would say I'm 98% off of Facebook. So that's just staying consistent and follow up. That's so simple, but it's the truth.
Hey, Keshia, I just have to interject really, really quick and just say that I absolutely love what Maggie said about when people know that you love it, they're going to want to try it or they're going to love it. And I don't know, it's so simple, but it's kind of like one of those things where, wow, I have to show people what I love. Mm-hmm. And once you start doing that, everyone's going to want it.
I was talking to my hairdresser about that today, because she was like saying how so many people will come in and just be like, I don't know, I trust you. And she was like, I feel like what you do is kind of like the same thing. Like, if you love something enough and someone has a goal, they're going to trust what you have to say. So you have to be using the products. You have to be consistent with posting, and you have to show excitement about what you're using, because people don't know. They don't know unless you're telling them, and they're going to trust what you have to say. And being consistent is just, it's like my favorite thing, because there are days that you're not going to want to post on Facebook, or that you're not going to want to hand that blitz card out. But then those are also the days where you have to stop and think, like, is my paycheck what I want it to be? Could my paycheck be more if I just made that post, or I just handed out that card? I could have made $25 in Wrap Cash if I just handed out that card. Just stop and think about that when you're like, I just don't want to post. It will be worth it. I promise you. You just have to be consistent.
Hey, Keshia, one question. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
I'm like messing up your flow here, but when you don't feel like posting, or you're not feeling creative, or you're busy, or you're like crap, I got to post something right now, but like I don't have 20 minutes to make this long, beautiful post with a picture. What do you do? Because I know for me, I save a couple of good things in my phone, and that's what's going up. Something is going up.
Yes, it's so true. Like, there's always going to be something. Or, like, even if you're not feeling creative, just, like, whatever you're thinking about or, like, whatever is on your heart. Because if you're doing it on Facebook, the people that are on your Facebook are on there because they fell in love with the person you are. So don't change that. Like, if there's something on your heart or on your mind or something silly that happened at home, like, you may think it's not significant, but making that post just to show people that you are still the same person. You're not Keshia, the It Works girl. You're Keshia, who also happens to sell It Works. So just make sure you are keeping yourself personable, funny, whatever your personality is, don't change that just to make, a quick sale or whatever. Okay, bye. Johnson's off to work. I will. Okay, so that was amazing. Thank you so much, Maggie, for sharing. Next, I want to go to Sharon Tolliver. Sharon, are you on here? Oh, there she is. Up in the front.
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yeah. How are you, girl?
Good, girl. How are you?
Good. Thank you so much for jumping on with us tonight. I literally I love your Facebook. So I was like, when Katie asked me, I was like, who? Oh, Sharon, because you're always in my newsfeed. So
that's good to hear.
Yeah. So before I start asking you some questions or whatever, how about you just jump in and tell us a little bit about yourself?
Okay. Well, I'm Sharon Tolliver. I am from Columbus, Ohio. I have been using It Works products for about 4 years, and I've been a distributor for about 1.5 years. I always used the wrap before I became a distributor. I didn't even know they had all these other products. And I had a friend one day just ask me, I didn't even know she signed up. She asked me if I would do it. And I was like, you know what? I honestly have thought about it for a long time. I never told anybody that, but I just saw all these people like starting to come out of nowhere, like being successful. And I'm like, what? Like, I use these things. Why can't I do that? So long story short, she called me with her upline and I liked what I heard. So I signed up and I just haven't looked back ever since. It's been crazy. I've done things I never thought I would do. I never thought I'd get on an airplane again because I had a bad experience, but I was like, I'm going to conference and I got my foot on an airplane.
Love conference.
Just bringing that up because this business has done so much for my life, like my self-esteem, my bank account, my kids have seen like how hard I work, and that means a lot to me. And just, I don't know, I just love everything about it. And I've made really good friends.
Well, I love everything about it too, because obviously you are making an impression, and I don't know. I love everything about the way you run your business, and a couple questions I pulled to ask you. Mind you, none of these three ladies know what I was going to ask them. I just came up with it, and they're all on the spot. So these are genuine answers. They are not rehearsed.
Yep.
So you are like a Facebook Live queen. You go live all the time.
I try.
What do you think that you go live about that attracts the most followers? Because I know there's a lot of people that are scared to go live.
Yeah.
A lot because they don't know that someone will jump on. So what have you found that has the most viewers?
I have found, well, when I first started going live, like I was terrified. You guys, my palms would sweat and I would like I literally would have anxiety really bad, but I knew that if I did it, it was something that was going to help my business. So I just was like, it was like blitzing for me when I first started. Like I was terrified to do it because I just thought like people were going to think I look stupid or just, I don't know. So I've been going live I started pretty much when going live became a thing. Like I kind of started when it started. So my biggest thing that I have found, because I used to think about it way too much. I used to think, okay, what can I go live about? Okay. And I'd sit there and I'd think about it and I think about it and I think about it and I wouldn't do it. So what good was that doing me? So now, like ever since conference, but a little before that too, I just got into this place where I'm like, you know what? People love like reality TV, okay? For example, like just be yourself. I'll just go live about the stupidest stuff. Like one day I was making a chicken. So I went live and you would not believe how many people messaged me like, you are hilarious. They were like, I love your videos. Like I watch you all the time. I have people come up to me at the little ice cream shop that we have in our little town over here. And they're like, I see you on Facebook all the time going live. And that has gotten conversations going with people for me. It's a little awkward for me sometimes because I feel like I didn't realize, sorry, my Mac talks. I didn't realize that people were even watching me like that. But I'm like, okay, that's cool, like whatever. And if I don't go live for a few days now, people will message me and they'll be like, hey, you haven't went live in a while, or I don't know. Like, so that being said, I have just learned to be myself and push that live button when just anything is happening.
So basically what you're saying is quit overthinking it and just do it.
Yep. I just quit overthinking it. I got over myself, like we like to say.
I'm wearing her jacket. It had to come out.
I know, right? I think I got one of her shirts. I don't know. Someone told me I did, but I don't know. But anyway.
If you did, you'll know, because every time you wear it, something happens.
I know. I wear it all the time, too, and I've been doing good lately, so I think I did. But no, you guys, seriously, just be yourself. Like, that's the biggest thing you can do in this business. Like, be yourself. Don't be afraid what anybody thinks about you.
That's awesome. I was like, seriously, the first time I went live, like, I was the same way. I was like, oh, man, I don't think I can do this. Like, I was like popping confianza. Like, it was my job. I was like, my palms were all sweaty. I thought I was going to vomit on live. And I was like, well, at least I'd get a lot of followers if I did that. Like, this is like all going through my mind. I was like,
no, I was the same.
I'm going to do it.
And I still get nervous when I see new people's names coming in that I friended.
Yeah.
And they're checking me out. You know what I mean? So, but I'm like, I play it cool and I try to be myself and I just try to relate to people, you know? And I have people tell me all the time that they can relate to me because I'm a mom, and that's helped my business because I've had other moms reach out to me seeing I do it all and still run this business, and they'll say that to me. So it's helped me a lot. And I have noticed that there are some live videos that I almost didn't do. Like there was one day I did a live video and I was talking about the business and I almost didn't do it because I thought I didn't have enough time. And that day, somebody who joined my team a few weeks ago messaged me after she watched that video because she really liked what I had to say, and it made her decide to join. So if I wouldn't have done that video, if I wouldn't have made myself do that video that day that I really didn't feel like doing, then I probably would have never had Tasha on my team.
Sharon,
what did you talk about in that video? What was it about?
I'm trying to remember, but I think it was just about like how this business can do so much. I think it was that one where I was talking about how I can do so much for your family. You don't have to be a high school graduate or like, you know, I was just saying you can be anybody and do this business. It doesn't matter if you work full time, you stay at home with your kids. I think it was like a lot of stuff like that, because that really like spoke to her or whatever. So yeah.
There's a lot of times too where I think everyone should just quit thinking and follow your heart. If there's something on your heart, say it, because there's a reason that it's on your heart. Like, say it. I mean, if it's something negative, obviously don't do that. But if it's like, if you truly feel like you have a message to give to someone, you can use it as an excuse if you want to. If you want to go live and just be like, listen, there was just something that was on my heart that I had to tell you guys. Make it an excuse if you need to. But I'm telling you, going live is what is going to like explode your business. You may think that it's not, but it truly will, because every time someone pops up on my phone that they're live, I'm like, ooh, I want to watch. Like,
I know, I do the same thing.
What are they doing? I don't even care what the title is. I'm like, what is this?
Yeah.
I'm just like, I don't know. I like reality TV.
I know, me too. So, hey, it works.
That's awesome. Okay, so my next one for you is, I know you own a photography business.
Yes.
You're a mom.
Yeah.
You're a wife. So how do you find yourself like motivating yourself every day to run both businesses, be a wife, be a mom, what do you do to self-motivate?
Well, I'll tell you, there's some days where it gets really hard and I just want to go cry in the corner. I'm just kidding. But you know what? You can't do that because that's not going to do you any good. So for me, the first thing I do is I get up in the morning, I get my son ready for school, I drop him off at school. The moment I drop him off at school, I am making a post, whether before I leave this house or before I get out of the car to get my daughter out of her car seat and bring her back in this house. Whether it's a product post that I'm drinking my greens, whether it's something motivational. So I always do my posts first. And then I usually will listen to Joel and Stephanie Dunn. I like to see if they've done a podcast. I like to listen to one of my books like Tony Robbins or right now I'm actually listening to You're a Badass.
I love that book.
Yeah, so I try to take at least 20 minutes every morning while I'm making my daughter breakfast, whatever, to do something like that. Or if I'm not doing my self-motivating videos or whatever, my podcast, I'm actually, a lot of the times I'm looking at Sarah Rankin's YouTube, Jade Hooper, people like that, people that I look up to, and I'm watching some of their tips and things like that. Sometimes you guys, those videos are like an hour long. Don't just click out of it. You don't have to sit and watch it. You can listen to it. I literally will put my Bluetooth on in my car, drive where I need to go, take my kids, shuffle them around, listen to that stuff. So I have to also, balance photography business and it works. I mean, at first that scared me. I didn't know how I was going to do that because I didn't know what it was going to be like. But I tell everyone who asks me how they can do this business with a full-time job or kids or whatever, I say, the beautiful thing about this business is you work it into your life. You don't work your life into this business. So for me, I just make it a priority every single day to make sure I'm doing my 6 lists, following up, posting at least 3 product posts a day. I like to personally use myself in my product posts a lot because I want people to see that I'm actually using the products. But if I'm not, I'm just trying to really, like you guys said earlier, think from the heart. Like Katie said, I have posts saved in my phone. Like you can look at my notepad on here. There's like lists of posts that I can throw up a little paragraph, change it a little bit with a picture that I have saved if I don't have time. So that's how I've balanced it. My photography business is starting to pick up a little bit in the spring. And what I do is I just make it work. I make this a priority because it's important to me. And I know if I don't, my paycheck's not going to go up. And I love it. So I make it a priority no matter what. But you just have to find your groove. You just have to ride the waves however you see fit. Make sure you take time for yourself, but you just have to, make lists if you have to or whatever, but you just have to find your way with it. And yeah, I think I'm not talking in circles, right?
No, you're fine. I have goosebumps because I was thinking about Joel Dunn and his wave stock, and I was like, I loved it. Well, that's awesome. Thank you so much for sharing. Because I was like, I don't even know how I would work 2 businesses, how I would even motivate myself.
That's why I felt like, am I talking in circles? Because I'm like, it's hard to explain how I even do it sometimes. Because
sometimes I black out.
Yeah, because they're so different. But you know what? I get up early. I stay up late. I make it work. Yeah, that's just what it is. So I have lots of lists, you guys. I have lots of lists.
You're a list lady.
Yes.
So my next one for you is, what do you do that brings in the most loyal customers? Like, what is your most income producing activity?
Okay. So for me, I just was on a Zoom with some of my girls last night, and I was telling them, you guys, keep it simple. I've been doing this for a long time now, I feel like anyway. And I have found that caring makes a big difference for one. Whether you're doing night, baby, I love you. Whether you're doing a very short and simple post, like I will say the hair model one, that gave me a lot of, it gave me a lot of interest because people like to grow their hair out, right? Mm-hmm. But I would say for me, the biggest ones are where I talk about the products that I use. I have my face in it. I'm drinking it. Going live, talking about the products has helped a lot. But for post-wise, I would say the very short and simple, I need 3 to 5 hair models, those type. Who wants to lose 20 pounds by summer? Who's willing to take ThermoFit? Those short ones, for some reason, for me, those work really well. And you guys, don't just wait for people to comment on them. Me. If somebody likes it, that means they want you to message them.
Yes, take it.
But I message anyone who likes those posts because they're liking it for a reason. They might be afraid to say me in the comments, but they want you to message them.
Yeah, they're like
Never.
silently in the background.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. So I've never had anybody I've messaged that have liked it say, no, I don't want that info, thanks. They all say, yes, I do want to know.
Yeah.
Message the people that like it too. Just make sure you do that. It's all about follow-up, you guys. Like Maggie was saying earlier, you have to follow up with people. Don't feel like you're bothering them, because if they would not be talking to you if they were not interested in the product. And if they're putting you off and not answering you, that sucks and it drives me crazy. But I remember thinking back to when I first became a loyal customer, I had like very limited amount of money and I felt stupid. So I kind of was just like putting it off a little bit, but I really, really wanted the wraps. So finally, when I did get the money, I was like, yeah, I can sign up today. Sometimes it's just stuff like that. You have to follow up and post simple statuses, put yourself out there. If you have before and afters, get them, what's the word I'm looking for? Approved. Get them approved in the Wrap app. Post them. Send them to people. And follow up with your loyal customers, you guys. Seriously. They are your loyal customers. Take care of them. Follow up with them. Message them. Hey, you know what? I've been thinking you really probably would love the greens because you've taken, or because you're, you love the shake, or just whatever. Like, make them think that you're thinking of them, and you should be. And almost always I have people order when I do that, like that are already a loyal customer, but that's great too because you're boosting your volume.
I did not start doing that until conference. I'm not going to lie to you.
I didn't either. I didn't even think about it.
No, I was like, why? That should be like number one. Like, we should always be reaching back out to them. And honestly, I cannot even tell you how much volume I've brought in since conference just by reaching out to my current loyal customers and being
I had, after conference, I had a girl who has not ordered from me in almost a year. I reached out to her because I think someone said this at conference. I think that's why, like, I just was like, duh, light bulb. And I reached out to her about something, like we had BOGO cleanse or something, and she wasn't able to that week, but 2 weeks later she ordered like 6 cleanses. It was like $200. Because she was like, you know what, I'm just going to get them and I'm going to do them consistently.
Yeah.
I was like, okay.
Yeah, okay.
She told her friend, and her friend came to me and got cleanses too. So that was one of my current loyal customers that was with me for a year and only did the 3 months, turned it off. And because I reached back out to her, and she's not the only one. So keep that in mind. They want your help. You're like their personal shopper. You need to keep tabs on them and talk to them.
Yeah, make sure they know what they want.
Yeah.
There you go.
We're here.
So my last thing for you is just, what tip would you leave everyone with that like is just going to make their business insane and boost their paycheck?
Yeah, okay. I wrote it down. I wrote something down because I figured we'd be asked something like this. But I just, like, honestly, like, for me, ever since I have just learned to be myself and not care what anyone thinks, but just be myself on my posts and everything, people like to see you loving this company. They like to see that you're loving the product. Think about it. If you see somebody selling another company, and they're just like throwing up ads on their Facebook, they're not seeing you love it. They're not seeing you use it. Do you really think you're going to really want to like get it? Probably not. They're trusting you. Where the face of it works, we need to show that proudly. And, that's going to bring people around. People are going to fall in love with you. I think you guys kind of talked about that earlier, but people are going to fall in love with you sometimes before they fall in love with this product that we have. So you need to put your best face out there. Never be negative, never, because that is just the worst thing you can do for your business. We all have our bad days, but keep it off Facebook. But, you know, just always stay consistent, be yourself, keep it simple. Another thing I can say is when you're talking to loyal customers, or I'm sorry, potential distributors or loyal customers, do not word vomit on them. Try your very best to not say a bunch. Do not answer a bunch of questions they have not asked. You guys, I used to do that when I first started. I scared off people. You just keep it simple and always like end with a question. Keep the conversation going. Do not ask or do not answer a bunch of things they haven't even asked you. Don't send them a whole, you know, product sheet of ingredients in the cleanse if they haven't even asked you. And if they ask you, well, how's the cleanse work? Just say, well, it's gentle. It's a 2-day cleanse. It works in your liver or whatever, not your colon, and blah, blah, blah. Ask a question. Keep it simple. And my last tip, I already said talk to loyals. Do your steps to success. Keep it plastered on your wall. Try to follow it every month. Try to go above and beyond it if you already reach it. But the last thing I have to say, I listened to Cammie Dempsey today, and she said something that really sat well with me. And she said, you know, learn to earn. So we need to be learning every single day. We need to be watching our uplines. We need to be watching Sarah. We need to be watching Cammie Dempsey. We need to be watching Mark's, you know, or just everybody that is successful in this business. We need to be learning from them, following compliance, and plugging into family calls and learning to earn. Because the more we learn, the more we're going to earn. Right?
Yeah, honey.
So
thank you.
Hopefully that all made sense.
You just killed it. You just nailed it.
Girl.
Just drop that mic. Done.
I tried. I've been thinking about this all day, you guys. Like, what I wanted to tell you guys.
You didn't even know the 3 questions I was going to ask.
I know, I didn't, but my mind's been swirling all day. Like, what's she going to ask me? What can I say? What can I say? So.
Listen, I was pretty impressed when I came up with these questions.
They're good. They are.
Really good.
Yes.
I have to share something with you guys just because Sharon said, you know, like in the beginning, she would word vomit all over people. So I like never delete anything. I don't know if we have anyone else out there that's like that, but I literally have the messages that I sent people when I first started this business. I will promise you almost 95% of them didn't respond to me. And if they did, they told me no. So I went back through my messages all the way back to when I first joined and sent them a message and just said, oh my gosh, I am so embarrassed by this message that I sent you when I first joined. I had no idea like what I was doing. I just knew I was excited about this business. Is there anything that you've seen me post about that you're interested in? And I have literally signed 5 of them as loyal customers. Just like own up to it. Like we're not perfect. No one that joins this business should ever be like, all right, I'm going to send the perfect message. My first message is going to be perfect. It's never going to be critiqued. It's just going to be wonderful. Everything's going to be awesome. It's not it, you guys. We are learning. When you're new, you're learning. So it's okay to send, you know, it's not okay to send word vomit. We're telling people not to. But if you do it, just learn from it. Like, I literally was embarrassed by some of the messages I sent. I was like, oh, man, I wouldn't have responded to me either. And, like, I said that to people. So, I mean, and everyone knows me like that I'm just going to be extremely honest and probably make fun of myself before anyone else makes fun of me. So, don't be afraid to go back and message people if you're one of those people that save everything like I do. So, our last lady of the night is Miss Kristy Vore. Kristy.
Hello.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Thank you so much for getting on with us tonight.
I'm excited.
Can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
I am Kristy Vore. I am 27 and I'm from Findlay, Ohio. I actually joined this business as a loyal customer, and I started on the system because I had a baby in January, and I think it was like March 3rd, and I was like, ew, I need to like lose some of this that's going on. Well, the person that I signed up with, I was like, I worked retail for a long time. I can talk to people all day. Like, it doesn't bother me whatsoever. So I asked her, I said, what do you do? Like, how do you make money with this? And I was also a business major. So my wheels were just turning then once I had ordered product. I signed as a distributor the very next day because I was like, I could do that.
Yeah, I can do that. It's fine.
It was kind of like that revelation that I've heard Katie talk about 10 times. I could do that. Like, what is that? I could do that. I could talk to people, whatever. So I signed up March 5th, which is also the company's big day. And that makes me super excited because I didn't know that obviously at the time. So my anniversary is the same as the company's, which is super cool. And then I went Ruby after 2 months. And then I am still currently a Ruby, but I am very, very close to Diamond, and I'm super excited about it.
Yeah, you're just going to skip over Emerald.
I don't even look at an Emerald chart.
Yeah, it's not going to happen. It's going to right over it. That's awesome. So I have some questions for you. Again, they had no idea what I was asking them. So these are—
I'm nervous.
Oh, could be. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so we talked about this a little bit when I asked you to be on this Zoom. So you're really good with time management. You are not glued to your phone or a tablet or a computer all the time. So your time that you are on social media, what does that look like? Like, what are you doing?
For me, it's really, you have to post, like everybody's been saying, you don't want to look like an ad. Like, you want to scroll your Facebook. Like, I try to scroll my Facebook every week or every 2 weeks. I don't do it every day because I feel like it doesn't give me a very good, like, picture of what my Facebook looks like. But you don't want to go and just see, here's a staged product. Here's another staged product. Here's another staged product. And I also, particularly for myself, I don't necessarily always like to see all before and afters. It's kind of like, I think it was Susan said this, Senate had said this. If you go look at your Instagram or your Facebook, and people, and you're a mom, like I'm a mom, I have 2 boys, and you scroll and you don't see any of that, like you don't see any of your kids or any of your life or your person, then you need to like tweak something a little bit. Like if you look on Instagram and in your first 6 pictures, you don't see your person, you probably need more of that. So I think that's really, really important. You don't want to look like the ad section of a newspaper on your social media. So when I get on there, the first thing I do is I look for posts, or I look for inspiration for posts from leaders that I really like to follow. Like I love to follow Sharon on Kala. She always talks about her kids all the time. So then I'll try to kind of go that route. Same thing that Sharon had said, those posts that are very basic and very simple, those work really well for me. And then the numbers posts work really well for me.
Awesome. Thank you. So you have a really close team. I notice you guys are always like tagging each other and things, and like whenever you go to events, you always have them by your side. So what are some things that you are teaching your team to grow and be so close and just work effectively and earn those paychecks?
I'm kind of like a hover mom. I should hover a little bit less. Like right now, like while I was waiting for this, I was talking to a couple of girls on my team about how to edit their auto shipment, or how to like reply to this loyal customer that wasn't happy with something and we were fixing it and we made them happy again. Or like, I have a group chat of my new distributors because I enrolled 6 last month and 1 or 2 the month before that. And then I have a group chat with my leaders. It's 2 totally separate things because they're on different pages. You know, they're the people that really understand what Ruby is, what BB is, what 400 Club is. And then there's people that are like, whoa, what are you talking about? Zoom, what? So it kind of saves a little bit of time, and it helps them connect with their sideline sisters, and it helps them have people to reach out to. Like if I'm not available, they can post it in the chat and they can like kind of lean on each other, opposed to being lost in space all the time, because it is a lot to take in at first. I always tell people, I do a sit down with new distributors, and I always tell them, I don't expect you to retain all of this, but if you can retain 10%, that's good. because you'll hear it 10 more times.
Oh, easily. Yeah. So you're just really, I mean, basically you're just really hands-on. Like whenever a question is asked, you're right there to make sure that you're helping them.
Yes, all the time.
And you're just teaching them exactly what you're doing, basically? Or
yeah. Like a lot of the time, new distributors, as soon as they start, I'll tell them a couple good posts to use. And I'm like, these are the scripts that I like to use. Please edit it. But like when they explain the loyal customer program, you can only tweak that so many ways.
Yeah.
You have to get in $50 fee. You have to get in, 40% off. You have to get in the 3 months. Like you have to get those things in there.
Those have to be there.
If anybody doesn't know, compliance will come after you if you don't tell people that.
That is very accurate.
Just so you know.
Yes, very true. Well, I love that. I love how close your team is. And I love that I have a group Facebook chat because I feel like that's like where most of my girls are. And then we obviously have like our group Voxer or whatever. But I definitely think if you are teaching your new team members to, just basically be a boss babe, like follow up with people, be consistent. Like if you're telling people this right off the bat, there's no room to form like, well, maybe I shouldn't follow up, or maybe I'll just post once a day. Like if we are telling them how to be successful right out the gate, like seriously, you guys, it's a total game changer. Like
my new people, probably their ears are probably bleeding the amount of times that I've mentioned boot camp.
I talk about it almost every day, so we might be.
And I feel like they probably think I'm crazy, but really, I just talk about it as much as everybody else talks about it.
I can see Lindley up in my corner, and she's probably like, this girl talks about boot camp every single day.
Anybody that hasn't been to an event and you just kind of don't really, like you feel like maybe it's not super important, once you go to your first event, you'll get it.
Oh, yeah. Seriously. Like
you have to get there to get it, and it changes everything.
Exactly. Okay, so I saw on Facebook where someone just quit their job. Yeah.
Sure did.
Yep. So, I mean, that had to have been a little scary because now you're like, all right, well, I'm gonna replace that. But what is it in your mind that just gets you going? That you're just like, yep, I'm gonna do this. I have to make up that income. Like, what is it for you that was like, all right, it's time to go?
It makes me think of Sharon again because I didn't know you were going to ask me, but I kept thinking about colors in my head, like the 4 colors. I'm very red, y'all. Like I'm very, very red. I don't have time for nonsense. I like money. I'm going to make it. That's fine. And for me, like I don't like somebody to tell me what to do. Like I don't like it. I like to do, my thing. And I just feel like if you have a set goal, and setting a goal is so important. If you have a set goal and hold yourself accountable, you have to throw the excuses out. That's the first foremost thing. You have to throw the excuses out. If you don't know your color, figure out your color. Figure it out. Because that will change your business 110%, I feel like. Like if you're like, oh, I think I'm blue, and then you're really like green or yellow, you'll relate to people a whole different way. And it keeps you focused. I quit my job because I was sick. And my boss texted me and said, I really need you to work tomorrow because so-and-so has a thing for their kid. And I just thought in my head, I'm sick.
I am sick.
Like I had a migraine for like 3 days. And I was like, to the point, like I have horrible vision as is. And I was just awfully sick. I'm sidetracked. Will you repeat your question?
That's okay. I'll recap for you what I think your answer was. I'm pretty sure your answer was the freedom of someone not telling you what you had to do was what like got you going.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's what I pulled from it, which
well,
I like that answer. So I was really hoping that was the answer.
My kids were my other answer because my kids have been sick and the same thing happens. And I'm just like, why am I working for you when you could not care less about my children?
Mm-hmm.
And I could just go triple my paycheck instead.
I heard that. Katie wants you to explain the colors.
Okay. I don't know a lot of the color. Like, I don't know in detail the colors unless I look at the picture. Green people like a lot of information. I know that. Red, they're the people that ask you lots of questions. Red people like me. I'm a control freak and I like money, which is probably why I'm like a hover mom. Blue people are like super fun. They like to party. Blue people don't like a lot of details. They're not into that. Answer what they asked you. Don't give them all the crazy stuff. I did hear somebody say somewhere, and I think that this is really good. Treat everyone like they're blue until you know their color. Answer only what is asked. Keep it simple.
That's a good one.
If you give a blue person gobs and gobs and gobs of information, they're like, peace out, Girl Scout. No thanks.
I think I said that, Kristy, because I was like, I just keep it simple until I know their color. I treat everybody like they're me and they're blue and they do not want any type of
I think it was you, actually. And then yellow is like the mother and the nurturer, I'm pretty sure. Like, they're really like sweet, and I'm not saying other colors aren't sweet, but
A little more like on the sensitive side. Like,
yeah. So, and there's more, like if you look on like Pinterest or Google and you look up like the 4 colors or whatever, you can find it like a little bit more detailed than that, but I'm red. I used to think I was red and green. I'm a little bit green, but I'm mostly red.
Kristy, you need to take the color personality test. Lauren Riemann sent it to me, and I was just expecting to be like 100% red. And I was a pretty I was definitely more red than anything, but my yellow, green, and blue were kind of like all within 2 points of each other.
Will you send that to me? Because I'm really curious.
Yeah, I'm going to have to get it out of my Voxer, but I will send it to you. I can actually post it in the Dream Team if you guys want to, but I was just like, what? I'm more green than I thought I was. I normally don't care about details. Well, I don't like reading. We'll say that. I don't I don't read through the comp plan. I'm normally not the person to read like the rules about promos and things. I
think that I read things to just push my red a little bit further so I can be more of like a know-it-all bossy pants. So I think that that's the only reason that I do that, to be really honest. It's not because I like the information. I'm just like to be like, well, no, it's actually like this.
Oh gosh. Well, I mean, whatever it is that makes you read things, go for it. Okay, so what is one thing that you would leave everyone with? One tip that you think is just going to set everyone's business on fire?
I'm going to steal this from Sarah Rankin because I think it was huge. It's my biggest aha I've had in a while. It is not a lack of resources. It's a lack of resourcefulness.
Yes.
We have every single tool that we need. We have everything that you could read. We have everything that you could want. You have amazing leaders that are here to help you. If your business isn't going somewhere, look in the mirror, because that's probably why. And that sounds mean and harsh and whatever, but you are 100% capable of being a presidential diamond or an ambassador diamond or a black diamond. But what are you doing to get yourself there?
It's so I love that. Every time she says that, I'm like, yes. I forget about it until she says it, and then I'm like, yes.
For me, like, that was everything. Because every single day I'll listen to somebody ask something where, like, if they literally just typed in the search on Game Changers, or if they just went that one extra step, they could answer the question and have that pride in themselves because they figured it out, instead of just being handed it all the time.
Definitely being resourceful is, I like to pride myself on self-taught, because Emily, Rachel, and I kind of all started at the same time, so we all were like going through the motions together, and it's just I think you understand and grasp things a lot more when you're like faced with like a question that you don't know the answer to. And instead of, I'm not saying like if you're in a pinch, you shouldn't like run and ask someone, but if you have the time, look it up, because a lot of times I'm finding answers to things that I wasn't even searching for the answer for while I'm looking for the answer to something else. So it's just constantly learning to earn, like Sharon said. Like you're learning so you can just keep going. And so definitely think about that like the next time, like unless you're in a pinch, but like if you have time to look it up and you need to know the answer, take the time to go into your back office and find that answer, because you're probably going to find something else that you weren't even looking for, that you're going to be like, oh, I can share that from now. I do that every time I get on my product coach. I find something and I'm like, what? I didn't know that. And that's just one more piece of knowledge I have about our products.
I totally agree. This goes back to what I do on Facebook and my time management. It's a little bit off of what we're talking about now, but I think it's really important. One of my girls is still in high school. She's trying to graduate. And she's super busy all the time. And I get it. You're a mom, you work full time, you might work 60 hours a week, whatever. Find a couple products, 3 products that you love, and memorize them. You don't have to know every single product front and back if you just joined. Get those couple things, greens, cleanser, toner, whatever it is, exfoliating peel, whatever is your niche of product, because everybody has it. Focus on those, and then when you're talking to somebody, it's going to be more organic and it's going to be easier than, oh my gosh, I don't know what to say. Oh no, I don't know what to say. And then it's going to take you 10 minutes opposed to 35 minutes to sign somebody up.
Very true. I agree with that 100%. I think it was in Michigan, maybe. Cammie was saying, like, don't try all the products at one time. Like, start using, like, 2 or 3 products and really get results from them so you can post about it. I'm going to be right back. I need to get my charger, so I will be right back. Katie, if you have anything, say it right now.
I don't think so. I'm sitting here listening and taking it all in, and I just think that, for everybody that's on, for everybody that's listening to the recording, this is the stuff, man. This is good stuff. These girls are up-and-coming leaders, about to be diamond. They've been doing the steps, you guys. They've been signing the loyal customers. They've been signing the distributors. They've been charting. They've been doing the things that makes them money. And they're all mothers. I'm not a mom, but these girls are all moms, and I can't even imagine doing what I do and the business and having a child. So props to these ladies. And seriously, take all these notes, take everything that they're giving you, every piece of advice, because they have all been in, I think Maggie is the one that's been in the least amount of time on this call, but everybody's been in 6 months, a year, Sharon and Keshia even longer than a year. You guys, they know what they're doing. This is the stuff. You got to get to boot camp. That's in 2 weeks. I would not be here if it wasn't for going to a boot camp, and tickets for Green Carpet are going on sale this Saturday. Be ready. And I think the one thing that I have to say about this Zoom, and I was actually going to make a video about it in the Dream Team, and I haven't got to do it yet, but it goes along with what everybody was saying on this call. You have to want to learn the things. You have to want to. Your upline cannot be shoving the information down your throat. You have to want to receive it. You have to want to look for it. These girls are going out and finding calls and recordings and YouTubes, and even if they don't have time to watch them, they're listening in the background. That's where it's at, guys. Just learn when you can, because then you are going to know the things that are going to help you earn more. So I'm just proud of everybody for being on, and I'm proud of everybody for listening to the recording, and I'm proud of everybody on the call, and that's what I have to say. So Keshia, back to you.
Hey, don't worry, I'm back, guys. It was fully charged, and then it popped up, it was like 10%, and I was like, I'm gonna lose everybody. So I think like the one thing, and it really has it does have to do with what we were talking about tonight, but I don't think everyone understands how important declined orders are. Like, seriously, I am checking every single morning when I wake up. I grab my phone. That's the first thing I check every single morning is declined orders to see who I can go back and message. And don't, like, if you're not messaging people with declined orders because you think they might get mad at you or you think it might embarrass them, literally the best approach I have ever found is just going to someone and saying, like, hey, Katie, I was just in my back office and I just noticed that your card declined this month. Did you happen to get a new card? Seriously, you're not accusing them of not having money. You're not, and honestly, most of the time it's a new card, they didn't transfer money, or they just forgot what the date was of the month. Literally, that is it. I have never had anyone like come back at me and be like, oh my gosh, like I cannot believe you would ask me that. It doesn't happen. And it's the same, this is off topic from that, but it's the same thing with like blitzing. I think people are so scared because they think people are going to be mean to them or like throw their card away or whatever it is. And that's not the case. I have had 2 people and the whole time I've been blitzing that have ever said no thank you. I said, okay, no problem. Do you know anyone that might be interested? Because you can give this to them. It's a coupon. Like, don't be afraid. Getting over those fears is what's going to like seriously launch you to the next level of your business. Like, if I hadn't have went live, I go live all the time now. And it's seriously so crazy. And like, you can just take people on a journey with you, with the products that you're using. Like I remember when I did my cleanse live, I went live every time I drank a bottle and talked about how I hadn't pooped my pants yet and like how it was so gentle. And like, I literally was just telling everybody the things, everything about it. And I seriously signed so many loyal customers because everyone was like, oh, okay, well, it's not that bad then. So don't like get over those fears. They're only holding you back and they're not building your paycheck. It's not happening. So just like make yourself a deal. Like when we get off this Zoom, like you're going to do one more thing this week that scared you. And then next week, you're going to do one more thing that scared you. You're going to hand out 5 more Blitz cards when your stomach is in knots and you feel like you literally cannot do it. Just do one more thing that is going to like launch you to the next level of your business. I said it in the beginning, but I'm just so blessed that I even had the opportunity to get on here and talk to these ladies because they are complete rock stars. I took notes. I learned things. I'm really excited about Joel and Stephanie Dunn's podcast. I didn't know that was a thing, but now I do, and I'm going to listen. So who wants to know the exciting news? All the people? Everyone who's paying attention? I'm so excited. So when Katie asked me to do this, she said, I'm going to figure out how many loyal customers that we've signed as a team so far this month. And I was like, oh, okay. So she boxed me and she was like, oh my gosh, I just added it up. And then that was the end of her box. And I was like, come on, you're not going to do that to me. And she was like, well, guess. I think I guessed like 6 times before she's like, okay, no, it's not in the 200s. And I was like, God, you could have told me that. Here I am sending all these boxes. You guys, in 19 days, the day isn't even over. So this number is just going to keep going because I know everyone's going to get off here and start messaging people and it's just going to go nuts. In 19 days, as of right now, we as a team, the dream team, have signed 321 loyal customers. Yeah, I see so many eyebrows that are like, this is the best announcement ever. I love everyone's eyebrows. They're all on fleek, you guys. You did wonderful. I am literally so excited. I was like, what?
Did somebody just take a picture of all the eyebrows?
I hope someone did. That was like the best. If not, it's on recording.
Yeah, Keshia, I should have been ready with my camera on the gallery view.
There were so many fleeky eyebrows that were raised just now. You guys, like, seriously, that's insane. 321, and it is only the 19th. So I do this with my team all the time. Maggie knows. But like our group, like loyal customer account will be at like, I don't know, like 379 or whatever. And I'll be like, put in our group, I'm like, so who's going to sign 380? Who's going to put us at 380? Like that even mark. And then I do like $5 Starbucks gift cards for whoever does it because I really hate uneven numbers. So I just think it's only fair that by the end of the night we're at 350. I think that seems legit, right?
I like it.
321. I think we could do that. Oh yeah. I like all the heads nodding now too. Oh, I'm so excited. I was so pumped to share that. I was like mind blown. You guys are literally insane. So I just want to thank everyone so much again for being on here.
Hey, can I add one more thing?
Oh, yes.
Okay, because I thought of this while I think you were talking about reaching out to people and doing lives and stuff and everything. Don't ever be afraid to ask your loyal customers who you sign for referrals also. That's helped me a lot too.
Yeah.
Never be afraid to ask that.
I love asking for referrals. It's like my favorite. And so since we don't have like a referral program anymore, I like made up my own referral program. And so you can do that if you want to. I always tell them if they send me 3 customers that order that I'll give them a free wrap.
That's what I do.
Or a free facial. Listen, we are on another level because
that is so funny. That's exactly what I do.
The other day when you wrapped John and posted it on Facebook, I was like, Jonathan, do you know what you just did? And he was like, she did not wrap him and post it and say men wrap too. And I was like, yes, she did. And he was like, well, did you tell her? I was like, no.
Hey, Keshia, so I was just on a Zoom today. Hold on, I gotta close the bathroom door because Carter's got the worst, squeakiest toy. I was on a Zoom today with about 30 other presidentials that are all trying to go ambassador, and they shared some pretty amazing loyal customer signing tips with me. So I think tomorrow I'll go live in the Dream Team and talk about that because they kind of like have their own referral thing too. And it's crazy the amount of loyal customers they're signing. And I got to share it with you guys. So stay tuned tomorrow for that.
Yeah, I thought mine was pretty legit, but if we have presidential tips, I'll take it. Oh, gosh. All right, guys. Well, I'm not going to keep you on here any longer. I'm actually pretty impressed with how short I made it. I thought it was going to be much longer because I am a chatty Cathy. I love sharing all of the things. So I just thank you guys all so much for being on here. Thank you, Katie, for allowing me to do this. I had so much fun. Thank you, Maggie and Kristy and Sharon. You guys are all awesome. So we have a little over 2 hours to sign 29 more loyal customers. So, okay, I love you guys.
I love it, you guys. Thank you all so much for being on. You did amazing. I love all the tips. And let's go take Keshia's challenge, okay, guys? Talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye.